This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
The first question for Highly Questionable today is what the bleep is going on with the Cavaliers, and I just don't want to do that. You don't trust Boston, you don't trust Washington, you don't trust Toronto. You're not going to trust those teams until you've seen them do it against LeBron. And this is the weakest LeBron team since when? Because I was saying it about last year's team, too, but they're going to make the finals every year.
Oh, last year's team was better than this team, I think.
I know, but I was saying of last year's team when they hit that stretch because of how poorly they were playing defense. I'm like, this is the worst LeBron team I've seen in 10 years because they were bottom of the league in defense as they are now. But if you replace Kyrie Irving, like think about this in these terms. Kyrie Irving is gone. We all know Kyrie Irving is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been replaced by a garden gnome with a bum hip who's the single worst defender in the league.
Yeah.
And we think that that's not going to be a weaker team?
You would think it's going to be a weaker team, and it is a weaker team. They were playing well for a while. What's interesting is they kind of have to start over now because Isaiah's healthy, and LeBron needs to learn how to play with Isaiah, and Isaiah needs to learn how to play with LeBron James. But Dan, he needs to be like, I think that team is at their best when LeBron is handling the basketball. This version of a LeBron team is best when he's the guy handling the basketball. And Isaiah, if you watched him last year in Boston, all he did was handle the basketball.
Okay, but wait, hold on. Did you see the LeBron stat line? Look at it because it's jarring. And this question, what the bleep is going on with the Cavaliers, is a more interesting question now than it has been at any point in the last 4 years because LeBron blows up his endings. If LeBron's leaving in the last year, whatever happens in that last year, that's going to explode in somebody's face.
Right.
That's how it's been. I don't know how he does it, but he checks out in a way that has been suspicious since he had a triple-double against the Celtics in the playoffs, and people were accusing him, very comfortable accusing him with a triple-double of quitting during the game, not trying anymore. Look at that stat line for LeBron James last night and tell me what stands out to you about it.
The assist, having one of them. That's the first thing. The rebounds, only having 3.
But think about that.
The minus 22.
LeBron James played an NBA game last night and had 1 assist and 3 rebounds.
That's crazy.
In what world? In what world?
In a crazy world. In a world I've never seen before. And Isaiah Thomas was 2 of 15.
Well, that too.
Yes.
As he's trying to get Isaiah Thomas involved. Maybe he wouldn't have had 1 assist if Isaiah had made 1 of the 15 shots LeBron set him up on.
2 of 15, 0 of 6 from 3. But that's what I'm saying. Can Isaiah play off the ball? Because otherwise, I think Isaiah needs to come off the bench.
Can we not just agree on this and then just not discuss Eastern Conference basketball anymore?
Okay.
That you don't trust anybody but the Cavs, and that the Cavs are worse than they've been because you can't swap out Kyrie Irving for Isaiah Thomas and think you're going to be better.
Yes. Agreed.
And so if we could just agree on that, we can agree that the Cavs are a little bit worse, and it probably won't matter because you don't trust any of these other teams to be able to knock them off. And, LeBron makes it to the finals every year. Let's close that chapter, move it to the side, and not discuss it again to whenever the playoffs start.
All right. Well, do we have to discuss it when the playoffs start?
Do you think we can make it? Do you think we can make it? You guys tell me. Hold on. Let's make a vow here. Let's see if we can make it because I am so tired. I don't think LeBron's going to let us make it because more things are going to start blowing up because that's what happens in his final year.
Well, you have to define what it is we're talking about within the Eastern Conference. Like if we're talking about Isaiah and Kenny B and off-the-ball guard, then
that's right.
Yes,
I certainly don't want to have that conversation.
Yes, we can make it, but you have to tell us what the restrictions are.
I will tell you now. Okay. We will form them as a team.
We before the show we were talking because we've noticed a pattern forming over the past couple of years with what happens with LeBron in Cleveland. So we wrote down predictions of what's going to happen with LeBron and the Cavs in the next couple weeks. We dated it 1/12/18 and taped it closed. And when these things come true, we will reveal the predictions.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. What? Okay. Wait, what? How? I'm not ready for this, and I don't know what you're doing. So where did this? Explain this to me again, what you're doing.
Okay, so every year around this time, certain things happen with LeBron and the Cavs. And every year they've been happening for the past couple years. and everyone keeps falling for the same tricks. So we can see that they're about to start happening again over the next couple of weeks. So we wrote them down, we dated it, and we closed it.
Okay, and so can you give me an example or no? It would ruin it. Can you give me one example so that people understand the spirit of this game?
In a couple weeks, he's going to be in Miami for like a week or two, rehabbing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's an example of something that's going to happen.
Okay, very good. Okay, yeah. That's helpful. I like this game. And you've written how many of these things down?
There's two main predictions. That's one of them. So then there's one other prediction, but that's more he's going to start doing things, and then people are going to be like, that's different.
Well, here, yes. When does that start? When do we head into LeBron takes over the postseason again? Not the off season. Excuse me, not the postseason. How soon do we start the watch on that? Because that's definitely coming here soon. The worse they play.
That happens approximately 2 weeks after you say he's finding his voice.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, now they know the other prediction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I love this. Because this is where we are. The Cavs are playing unspeakably bad basketball, and they had it's weird because they had that 12-game winning streak where they were crushing everybody.
Yep.
And the LeBron must just be bored, right? LeBron's bored, right?
I don't think he's bored. Bored by what? Like bored? The regular season's boring to him?
These games don't mean anything. Like he can run around out there, get 3 assists or get 1 assist, 3 rebounds. They lose by 30. He gets on a plane and goes somewhere else because they know they're going to win 50 games and they know they can beat all those teams in the East. So we could keep doing this nonsense.
You don't think he sweats maybe being a 4 seed in the East and having to play 2 series on the road, one of them against Boston in the second round? You don't think he sweats anything like that?
Here's one of the things that is weird, okay? That LeBron James was playing the best basketball of his career somehow the first 6 weeks, 2 months of this season. Of his career.
Yes.
And in that, he just tested the engine. 12-game winning streak. And now it's just like, January, it's cold, all these cities we're going to are cruddy.
Right.
And he puts up, come on.
Giving the engine a little rest now.
1 assist, 3 rebounds. Like, honestly, Guillermo, put this on the poll. Could the average schlub from the stands run around for how many minutes, Stugotz? How many minutes did LeBron play?
He played 32 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
Can an average 6'1" schlub in the stands have 3 rebounds and 1 assist in an NBA basketball game if he's just running around with no aim or purpose for 30-plus minutes? Because that LeBron James basketball game, that's not LeBron James playing basketball. What the hell is that they just did last night?
I'm telling you, it's LeBron James with Isaiah Thomas in the lineup. Because the game before Isaiah was in the lineup, it was 33, 10, 9 assists, 6 steals. He was 4-7
So Isaiah Thomas, the only thing
he's ruining the team.
The only thing in the history of the sport that could derail LeBron James, other than this great Golden State Warriors team, is this little garden gnome that they've gotten from Boston.
Yes.
Does anyone, please help me with this, Stugotz, because I'm at a little bit of a loss for it. Am I the only one remembering what Isaiah Thomas was? Isaiah Thomas was a journeyman person who you'd never win anything with, who was just wandering around, taking a lot of shots and a novelty because no one that size has ever been anything other than a novelty. Worst defender in the league, and somehow, out of magic tricks and everything else, Brad Stevens gets that to be the leading scorer for a really well-built, overachieving team that was going to lose all the time very early in the playoffs because Isaiah Thomas was the best player, and you aren't beating LeBron James when in a game against LeBron James, your best player is flying into his navel.
Right.
Because LeBron James is 1.5 feet taller than him.
But yeah, I think people forget because they weren't paying attention to the Sacramento Kings. And that's where he was doing some of the stuff you're talking about.
What I'm telling you is that Isaiah Thomas was just this middling player who happened to go over to Boston and become a part of a scoring machine on a very well-built, efficient team. But I feel like Brad Stevens could have done that with damn near anybody. With damn near anyone in that league with a usage rate like Isaiah Thomas is. And so they just invented a superstar, and now he's going to go there with a bad hip.
Well, anybody with scoring ability, because Isaiah Thomas can score.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah. Anyone with scoring. Why was Andrew Luck here again to offer his analysis?
Well, I'm just always here. Well.
Don Le Batard.
Michael Jordan never scored 70 in a game.
No, but he scored 60-something in a legendary playoff game that they won.
Stugotz.
They lost.
Did they really?
They lost, yeah.
Wow, breaking news.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on ESPN Radio.
Stugotz is down right now on Le'Veon Bell, the Steelers running back, who is saying if they franchise him next year, he will not play again. And I can't really remember. Can someone help me with this? I can't remember off the top of my head an athlete who has stirred these particular holdout waters this in-your-face way. Terrell Owens kind of did it when he was doing sit-ups in his driveway. But since then, I can't remember a guy like Le'Veon Bell anywhere in sports that is loudly saying year after year, pay me.
Right.
Pay me, and various forms of you will value me. Because he was asked what the Steelers need to do this offseason, and his response was, value me. Like, I can't remember many guys who cut through the BS to the money and respect that fast now, who are willing to do it publicly. Like, give me some names. Somebody help me out with this, because I'm sitting here trying to think of who's the guy who's out there who's willing to go this in your face on fans, on customers, on politeness, on all the mythologies around sports that people love, and say, no, pay me, value me. Pay me, value me. It's not about Sundays. It's not about winning. Value me, value me, value me. This job hurts. You will value me. Who does that?
I can't really think of, because Le'Veon Bell does it in a way, you're right, that's kind of in your face.
It's
and kind
so
of unique.
in your face.
Like, I think Aaron Donald sat out, but he was pretty quiet while he was sitting out.
I can't remember a lot of guys doing this way, which is, this will make you very unpopular very fast to be in a working class city and start telling people you will value me more than $12 million a year for carrying this football in a city that, a city that prides itself on the lunch pail.
Right.
This is somebody going brazenly in your face with, I am the star. I need to be paid like it. I deserve to be paid like it. You can't disagree with me that I deserve to be paid like it. They will value me this offseason.
But they also love their football team, and I'm guessing there are a number of Steeler fans who love Le'Veon Bell who agree with Le'Veon Bell. Like, hey, what does the guy have to do for you guys to commit to him long term? The problem is that position.
Well, there's also, yes, that the problem is that position, but you say the problem is that position as in the Steelers giving him that money. I say the problem is that position is that Le'Veon Bell is looking at this, and he is saying, you keep franchising me, and I could get injured on any play, and I lose all of my future value. Like, you franchise me, you're kicking this can down the road. Like, there is a huge disrespect in thinking your employer is trying to buy insurance against the idea that you're going to get injured on the clock. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I can see where Le'Veon Bell would be, man, you keep giving me these one-year contracts, and I know that these careers aren't very long.
Right.
And I know that everyone gets beat up here, and he's saying, man, give me something stable and long-term. Commit to me. Value me. Le'Veon Bell is the woman pushing her man, or the man pushing her woman to get married.
Right.
Like, we got to get married. Enough. Hey, either we're broken up or we got to get married. And I don't blame Le'Veon Bell at that position for that team for saying, value me. You will value me.
You have praised Revis in the past for how he conducts his business. Is the way Le'Veon Bell doing it different than Revis?
Well, Revis just did it, but
right.
And Revis put words on it, but not this bleep you. Like, Le'Veon Bell, help me out with this, Billy, because I'm struck by it every time he does it.
Didn't Dwayne Wade do it, by the way?
Look, I'm not saying guys haven't demanded money. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Dwayne Wade did ask for more money. What I'm saying is the way that Le'Veon is doing it is maximum arrogant. And he doesn't care. And he has done a number of things on Snapchat. He keeps bringing this up. Stugotz, in that locker room where they had an anthem controversy this year involving a guy who actually served in the military. Do you think in that locker room with non-blinking General Mike Tomlin that this is welcome before a playoff game?
No.
That Le'Veon Bell, look at him though. That's so much bleep you. You
right.
will value me.
Yes. And the reason I'm mad at him is because they do have a big playoff game. I agree with Le'Veon Bell. The Steelers should make some sort of commitment. But he needs to stop talking about sitting out and be prepared to actually sit out. Otherwise, he's never going to get that commitment.
Well, that's true.
Because I would operate the same way the Steelers are operating. Franchise.
But here's what I want to ask you, though. This is the part of the conversation I want to have, because I think of Le'Veon Bell as someone in that sport who is being rebellious in a way. He's the most patient runner I've ever seen, and he's being rebellious in a way that I don't see a lot. And I'm just wondering, why isn't he a bigger star given these things? Because this is a person who seems in public to be completely unafraid of how you receive him. And that is so damn rare in sports these days, where people don't want to give you anything that you could turn into content. This guy, before the playoffs, Stugotz, before they're playing, this is strategic, isn't it?
Yes.
Like he's doing this right before the playoffs start. Hey, a little reminder, Our quarterback's thinking about quitting, and you might lose me too. He's doing this right before the playoffs.
And Antonio Brown is hurt. Yep. And he's got a lot of ears. He's got a big platform now. Yes.
But you understand the why. Like the reason he's doing it now is because he knows, oh, look, Antonio Brown's hurt. Guess who's getting all these carries against this awful defense this week? Like the worst defense anybody's ever seen.
In the cold weather.
Guess who's getting all those carries in the cold? He's going into that, and it's like, pay me. Edgerrin James was someone I remember talking about like this. You remember, Stugotz? Edgerrin James said that Jim Mora got furious at him one time because at the end of the game, they just wanted to hand off and run to the line, but he had incentives in his contract that paid him for touchdowns. So they were doing something in the vein of victory formation. And Edgerrin James is like, bleep that. I'm scoring.
Yes.
And if you don't want me to score, don't put incentives in my contract for when I score.
Yes. So great.
But no, I mean, it's so rare.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, fans hate that. The customer hates that.
They do hate that. They absolutely hate him. In the Steelers' defense, they did offer, and I think the agent, if I remember correctly, agreed to it. Then Le'Veon Bell blocked the deal. He refused to sign it. It was like 5 years, $60 million, with $15 million per season up front. I have the story in front of me. I don't know if Le'Veon blocked it, but that was an offer from the Steelers.
Oh, no, I'm not.
But he doesn't perceive that as fair value for what it is that he does.
Correct. His statement is not value me. His statement is value me the way I value me. It's not mere. Yes, of course, that's valuing him. And he's like, here's how this goes. Is this enough?
Right.
Respect, Le'Veon? More.
But
is this enough respect, Le'Veon? Yes. No, the answer's more.
But that deal included, this is important, I think, for people, and I guess myself. I'm helping myself out here, who are crushing Le'Veon Bell right now. And again, the only reason I'm doing it is he should be focused on the playoff game, but it's a good point. He's got a platform, and he's got a lot of people listening to him right now, so it's probably a good time to do it. The first 2 years of that contract were $30 million over the first 2 years, $15 million. He signed the franchise tag, which was $12 million. So he took that's how strong he is in his conviction. He took $3 million less this year because he believes he's worth a lot more than $15 million a year.
I just love the timing and the juxtaposition of, I want you to imagine, you right now are standing in a tunnel and you hear the train coming toward you. You hear it. It's the Jacksonville Jags. It's Calais Campbell. That friendly monster is on the train. It's coming to you down a tunnel. Roethlisberger doesn't want to play much anymore. It's going to be cold. Antonio Brown's not right. And so right before you're running into that tunnel to a train that is going to make you hurt, you're screaming to everybody, long-term contract, long-term contract. Because this guy's getting thrown into a gladiator pit this weekend.
He should threaten to sit out this weekend.
He's just yelling, hey, I mean, he should just walk into the arena. Will somebody please make sure my family gets that money? I don't know if I'm going to emerge from this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
He's going to face that guy.
Yeah, that guy is coming to get you. The friendly monster, Calais Campbell. He's like, he's looking across the line of scrimmage and he's like, pay me more.
If Le'Veon Bell goes to the Steelers today and says, listen, I'm not playing against Jacksonville this weekend unless I get a long-term deal, do you think he gets a long-term deal?
That's a good question.
I wish he would do
that. Do it!
Don Le Batard.
No, facts and info.
Ripe cranberries will bounce like rubber balls.
What?
Okay. I don't think that is an answer to anything that I was asking, but okay. Very good. So you're telling me that a ripe cranberry will bounce crazy, like if you throw it really hard, it'll ricochet all over your room.
Stugotz.
I don't believe that. That's fake news. Fake news. Sad. Fake news.
It's a fact, Dan.
A fat?
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on ESPN Radio.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. The Dan Le Batard Show is brought to you by Pennzoil Synthetics, taking synthetic motor oil performance to a whole new level. Make the switch to Pennzoil Synthetics today. Adam Schefter going to join the show in a half hour on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. Here's your SportsCenter update. Le'Veon Bell told ESPN that he's prepared to sit out a season or even retire if franchise tag for the second consecutive year. Dion Waiters will undergo season-ending surgery on his left ankle. And finally, a Russian man rammed a tank into a shop window before climbing through the rubble to steal a single bottle of wine.
I mean, I hadn't had a drink in a while.
For all the latest headlines and information, tune in to SportsCenter on ESPN Radio all throughout the day.
So Le'Veon Bell, I'm looking at some of his history here, going after Stephen A. Smith, going after Ryan Clark, going after Vontaze Burfict, applying for a job at Dairy Queen during his holdout. Like that's bleep you, right? And it's the best kind of bleep you. It's funny bleep you.
Yes.
Like he applied for a job at Dairy Queen during the holdout. I want to talk to Le'Veon Bell. I want this person to be a bigger star. He's excellent enough, and he seems to have enough personality. So, guys, we've been talking about this. Basketball, the evolution of basketball, the popularity of it with young people. It's so much personality. You see the players, you get to know them. You love that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant are tweefing. Got to be careful with that word.
Yep.
Those guys are showing you their real selves. Football does such a poor job of that. Such a poor job of that. You know how many of the personalities in that league. You know Antonio Brown likes to dance. Like, you know Travis Kelce. Like, how many you got?
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell, I guess.
And everyone gets mad at him. Like
maybe Rodgers a little bit. You certainly don't know Tom Brady, that's for sure.
But what I'm saying, Le'Veon Bell in this sport seems to be both excellent and not afraid.
Yes.
And that usually will get you, and I understand that people realize that he is a very good player, but that will usually get you sports superstardom. It would in basketball. If Le'Veon Bell were these things in basketball, he would be one of them. He would be a star in basketball in a way he's not in football. A crossover star. You know what I'm talking about? More like Cam Newton.
Right.
Where you're doing yogurt commercials until you offend the entire customer base by disrespecting women.
He's only 25, too,
and
man.
Then double down by defending Jerry Richardson in public. Yes, he is only 25. Mm-hmm. Should I do this rap, Mike? Should I do this rap? Le'Veon Bell, because this is going to sound ridiculous with me doing it. Do you have any sound of Bob Lee rapping? My father rapping, because Le'Veon Bell in rap form had a rap where he was a rap song in which he was demanding more money.
It was dreadful.
Well, I'm not saying it's good, but what I'm asking you is, would it be good if I read it? Like, if I read it in my voice, not having any, and be a 49-year-old man who is not hip hop.
How could that be bad?
I don't know. I could try it. Let's see. Let's see.
We so big we ain't got to respond when you're talking to a Don. Please have respect like you're talking to your mom. We let the money do the talking. Who the bleep's overrated? If anything, they underpaid him. We ain't in the same league. You could lie to yourself. You can't lie to me. I don't even know what y'all name. I'm too big for you, the rap LeBron James. I don't know what y'all on. This is chess. Know the difference between the king and the pawn.
That was poetry. I can't do that. I will be terrible. Can we get Bob Lee to do this? Can we? I don't even want to try. Bob Lee nailed that. That's not that easy to do.
You could do it, man. We got faith in you.
AB, yeah, I see y'all, cuz. Big dog, I got pups bigger than Air Bud. Are you aware, Bud, why I'm not at practice? I'm going to need 17 because 26 is a savage. They say the franchise should be enough. Pockets of Professor Clump. Let me get back to my day. I can't keep showing Buddy love.
Not terrible.
Yeah, not terrible. Blaine Gabbert. Yeah.
Did you have to end it the same way Bob Lee ended it, by slowing it down?
I was just scared of the whole thing. I got to be honest. I didn't know what the rap said before I started reading it, and now that I've read it, I feel like Stugotz. I don't know what I just read. I just read something, and and if you right now yanked me off the air and just said, hey, Le Batard, he offended a whole nation of people, and yanked me off the air, I'm like, I did? I was just reading AB, y'all, big dog.
A couple movie references in there.
That's right, Buddy Love. Professor Klump, not the most modern or stylish of movie references. Like that's Professor Klump is probably not running the freestyle game.
Very clearly a 90s kid.
Do you love this guy? Or do you not love him?
I like Le'Veon a lot.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Good fantasy player. Yeah, primarily for what he does on the field.
Oh, yes. I mean, you're asking us, and we like him for all the wrong reasons. Yeah.
And this extra stuff is kind of cool too. But
applying a Dairy Queen is nice. Guys, I forgot to update you guys on something.
What? Oh, no.
Well, no. Hold on.
Is this an update from something you revealed to us on Monday?
On the MegaCast, where you're ready for kids?
No.
Okay.
What?
Because you work quick.
Good. Yeah. I mean,
that's not the reveal. This is not a gender reveal party.
Can't wait to take care of him or her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do word association. Just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Anything that comes to mind. First thing. Warren Sapp.
Bad breath.
You mother. All right. Well, you're going to see where this ends up because Billy, first thing you think of when you think of Warren Sapp.
Bald Eagles.
$2. Mike, first thing you think of when you think of Warren Sapp.
Hates you.
Roy. What do you got? Word association, Warren Sapp.
Bad breath.
Okay, you guys. This is what you guys have done.
You didn't ask me.
What is yours, Stugotz? What is yours, Stugotz?
Him hating you because you always say that he has bad breath.
No. All right. You know,
what?
This is, I'm going to tell you next. Remind me to tell you next what happened because I was on the phone the other day and Warren Sapp was not happy.
How is his breath?
No, you guys.
Don Le Batard.
You're just allowed to give me one word on what you think. I tell you, American flag, you give me one word on what you think. Go ahead, Chris. You're only allowed one word.
Freedom.
That's what I was going to go with.
Stugotz.
Guillermo.
Bald Eagles.
What?
2 words.
Well,
I mean, God, $2.
That's a fine.
$2. I mean,
That's a fine.
Do you realize how hard it is to be that bad with 2 words, man?
Apple pie.
I got 2 words for you.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on ESPN Radio.
All right, which one do you guys want to do? Do you want to hear the rest of this Warren Sapp story, or do you want to talk about what seemed to excite you so much during the break, which is Stugotz? The shipping container finds Stugotz endlessly entertaining, and well, we all do really, but the shipping container doesn't mind when Stugotz during the breaks argues with the promos playing on ESPN Radio. There are promos playing on ESPN Radio, and Stugotz is arguing with them.
Yes, all the time. I'm not certain if the guys mind or not, but if they don't mind, they're not telling me, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like, I'm going to keep arguing with promos.
They were very excited when you walked in there, but what were they excited about? Like, all I heard was you railing against Will Cain. That's all I heard.
Well, John Gruden said that the Raiders, upon taking that job, they're the greatest organization in sports.
Well, hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me just hear the promo that Stugotz was. So I want you to understand what's happening around here. Like, we're just sitting around during the break, and Stugotz has to entertain his mind with something that is formulating a sports opinion. He cannot live. Guillermo, put it on the poll. Do you think that Stugotz actually dreams at night of having opinions? Like, are his dreams filled? Like, are Stugotz's dreams filled with like appearances sitting with Bob Costas, and all he has is a place to put his opinions where everyone can hear them? Do you believe that those are actual dreams Stugotz has? Mike, what would you guess there? Would you guess that Stugotz dreams like being on the set of First Take, or what is it? Which is the actual dream that creeps into Stugotz's dreams? Is it being Kirk Herbstreit? Like, which one is it?
Nah, First Take. So he can just give takes.
I've done First Take a handful of times.
No, but
like a permanent host.
You think Monday Night Football is the prize?
I mean, Monday Night Football would certainly be right up there.
Okay.
It might be the prize, actually.
But you're very clearly not an analyst. I was trying to give something that was possible within your reach.
Mike, that's the key. Yet.
Okay.
I am not an analyst yet.
All right.
I'd be an entertaining one. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, and that's not up for dispute. And we would soar into the sky on a broadcasting career built of Stugotz's dreams, where he gets to argue with promos like this, and it's televised.
John Gruden says the Oakland Raiders are the top franchise in professional sports. Please, I can name like 5 that are bigger. That and more Friday.
The Will Cain Show, weekdays at 3.
Well, it's a good thing there's more.
ESPN Radio and on the ESPN.
No, I want him to just do that. I'm tuning in. I'd like to know specifically at what time Will Cain is going to do that. And I got news for Will Cain. You can only name 5. I think we can name 10.
You be careful, Stugotz, because you are coming dangerously close to the line. Because I think there are only 8. And if you start going double Will Cain, we've got a problem that's going to produce programming for this network when the radio shows feud.
Well, thankfully, we put pen to paper.
Oh!
Yeah.
Punch. How did you go so fast?
Here we go.
Hold on. You're going to read these, and Dan will decide, because we put these together. All of us did these, right?
What are you reading?
We have 10 organizations that are bigger than the Raiders. Will only has 5. We have 10.
Oh, we have 10.
Yes.
We're double the size.
Yes.
Double the teams.
Yeah. But you have to approve them, okay? You're the commissioner of
All right. So
the
all right. No, really bad idea.
Will's going to be so mad.
Yeah, we're taking his idea. No. Hey, Will Cain, look, man, I know you got a show that you're teasing, but we're going to take all your content. And you thought you were going to sneak past us with this 5 cities better than Oakland? Think again. We got twice as many. You're not coming for the king, baby.
Number 1.
Whoa.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
No particular order, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No. I was worried. Okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, I'll allow it. I will allow it.
New York Yankees.
Yes, I'll allow it.
That's 3.
Well, wait a minute. Is Will Cain talking about 5 football teams or just 5 teams?
Play
He
the
said
promo again.
professional
Play the
sports.
promo again. I need to understand it.
Yeah.
I need to understand it better.
John Gruden says the Oakland Raiders are the top franchise in professional sports.
Sports.
Please, I can name like 5 that are bigger. That and
Sports.
more
All
Friday.
right, the Yankees, I will allow it. Now we might be able to get 3 times the show as Will Cain.
Next-
And we do it earlier.
Next one. Manchester United.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Of
obviously.
course.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
His list is going to be so flimsy compared to this one.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah. Yes.
Professional franchises.
Real Madrid.
Yeah. Los Angeles Lakers.
Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
Yep.
Boston Celtics.
Barcelona.
Oh, my God. We're running up the score, baby.
Boston Red Sox.
Run it up. Mike, run it up. Run up the score on
Green
Will
Bay
Cain.
Packers.
Oh, this is like 8 Mile. We're taking all the good stuff. He's not going to have a freestyle to come back at us with.
New York Knicks.
Oh, my God. No, wait a minute. What?
Yes,
Wait a minute.
of course
What?
they are.
What? No, that's not true.
Play in the Mecca.
No, that's
play in the
absolutely
Mecca.
not true.
That's where you draw the
That's
line.
it. No.
Fine. Golden State
wait a minute.
Warriors.
No, wait a minute. No. Get the Knicks out of here.
All right.
I will not allow it, and loudly.
All right, Will can have the next. Golden State Warriors.
I mean, you're Johnny-come-lately on it.
The Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, that's a good
The Habs.
That is a good one. Thank you.
The
useless
Toronto Maple
nickname
Leafs.
giver. Yes, I'll allow it. Wait,
Portland Timbers.
No, what?
Portland Timbers.
Do you want to hear my Warren Sapp story?
Sure.
Oh, we can stay here. No, we can stay here with.
No.
You guys want to stay here making fun of
No.
the 5?
No.
Liverpool FC.
No.
What's he going to do? Well,
Well, he has and more. I mean,
Okay, he's got.
yes.
All right, at 3:00. What time's Will show? Is it at 1 or 3? Stephen A's at 1.
Stephen A's at 1. Will is at 3:00. And really, what I'm arguing with is, I want to try to say this the right way. Give me a promo that's going to make me run to my radio and listen to you in the afternoon. That's all I'm saying, Will.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second, because this isn't fair to Will Cain in
What do
any
you
way.
mean?
No, it's not in any way whatsoever.
I'm trying to help Will out. I like Will.
No, but I'm terrible at these promos. You happen to be a machine at them, but I'm terrible. I'm not going to criticize someone else's promos in 10 seconds.
Yomiuri Giants.
That's a good one. Very international.
We have the same promo every Monday.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be criticizing anyone else's promos.
Our promo is Chris Sims is coming on today for the past
Well,
month.
wait a minute. That's what you've been doing. I've been hearing you from the other room. You're like, coming up on Tuesday, Chris Sims, give us his 49th ranked quarterback.
That's
Wait, what day? What day is it? What number?
Are we on 40? Are we on 40 or 39?
We have no other guest, and I don't know what you're going to talk about, so I can't promote it that way.
But I'm saying you're not the most clever in 10 seconds either, and neither am I.
I'm not saying we're the most clever, but I think our audience appreciates them. I'm just saying, give me something that's going to get me to rush to my radio at 3:00. That's all I'm saying.
Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Mike, you buried him. Like, Cain, what you got?